All right, Coach, coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports brings us to Southern California and Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Indianapolis Colts and our home team. Here's the punter, Rigoberto Sanchez, on to get us started. And we are underway in Southern California. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Set! 230.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense, all day. All day.
Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage. Stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, set the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
First down at the 49-yard line.
Set! Like 80.
Now the first carry for Doug Martin. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Set! 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Oh, here we go.
Roethlisberger will throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jabal Sheard wreaking the defensive havoc. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Slam.
44.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 39. Now, he's the guy, Mike Williams, that the Chargers took 7th overall a couple of years ago. Battled injuries as a rookie, but in full health last year, he caught 43 passes with a knack of really finding the end zone. 10 of those 43 catches went for touchdowns. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, exit.
Mike shifted.
Here's Roethlisberger. He's got his tight end complete. It's Green. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 20-yard line.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Now, before the 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 17, Roethlisberger. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
This now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. Here's Roethlisberger. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That kickoff return, 104 yards. And the Colts have taken the lead. So they gave up the field goal, but boom, they get it right back. Don't even worry about getting their offense on the field. They return it on the kickoff.
So I see your 3 points.
And raise you.
And raise you 6. Double it up, coming right back at them. And if that's going to be the trade all game long, someone's going to be very happy with the end result.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
7, Chargers 3.
Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Running on 1st down, Eckler. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
How about that, partner? That's a gutsy run, a physical run, an explosive run, and he's inside the 10-yard line now. I don't know if you hand it to him again on this play, but make the defense think that you will, and maybe you have some options off of it.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Alert!
They'll run. Martin. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Hey, alert! Black and turn!
On third down, here's Eckler. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set, 180.
59. I got you, son. I got you, son.
Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Watch the backer, watch the backer.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. This is caught by Williams. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Slam.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50.
Alert. And on the block.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And he's got it. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Virgil Green, his first touchdown as a Los Angeles Charger. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. Extra point up and through. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. This Week 1 matchup between the Colts and the Chargers, there are a couple of ties between the two franchises. Of course, Colts head coach Frank Reich, he spent 2 seasons as the Chargers offensive coordinator in 2014 and 15. Then he would have 2 years as the Eagles OC before coming to Indianapolis. But also, Colts fans, they do not have good memories of the 2007 and 2008 seasons, both times losing to the Chargers in the playoffs when they felt like they had a team that could have gone to the Super Bowl.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Ready, round 80.
59. So don't say nothing. Kill. Watch the eye.
Hey, I'm going to go load it.
They'll run on 1st down. Hines trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. In on the stop, Mason Foster, who was 7th in the NFL in tackles a year ago.
Second and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Check 59.
They'll try to throw here. Rivers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. And that pass is going to be intercepted by the All-Pro DB Desmond King. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. He's got Allen. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. Now it's Roethlisberger. Caught by Allen. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Mike. Flag 20. Easy.
Mike 5-9. Time to go, night.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. He'll get this to Eckler. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Again, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Intended for Austin Eckler. It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So good work there to get points just before the half as they add on to their lead.
As trite as it sounds, every little bit helps. That's exactly what they're going for. Anytime you get a chance to put points on the board, you take it.
And they didn't leave the other side with much time at all on the clock.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Mike 5-9. I got one.
Rivers. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Final play of the half. Rivers looking deep for Hilton. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 26. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. Tackle made there by Mason Foster.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch the slant. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Hatch it. Hatch it.
They run again with Hines. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Hey, Rocket.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Second and 12 at the 14-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. Rivers to throw it. This is caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Here's Hines, and he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Just a yard, but that's all they needed, and by the slimmest of margins, it'll be first and goal.
Step run 80. Black the seas.
They can't hang with us. Big gas.
They'll try to run with Hines. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal.
Hey, I'm coming after you.
On second down, here's a run with Mack. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Taking it in from 4 yards out as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. On that sideline, they're saying that was more like it. The first down run went backwards, that time into the end zone.
And I like their little bit of courage in play calling, too, because after an unsuccessful run, especially one where you lose yardage, you oftentimes go right to throwing the football. They came right back with a running play, and it paid off handsomely.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and that will shave one more off this lead. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Let's go. Over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Throwing again on second down. Roethlisberger. He completes it to Henry. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Blue 30.
59. Okay, double up. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
This is a counter play. Eckler. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 49-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Roethlisberger. A good throw here finding Pascal. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. The Chargers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Jack 16.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, Echo.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. He's got his man here. It's Green. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Martin. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Hey, Charlie. Here we go.
Mike, check, 59.
Roethlisberger. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
They'll run forward with Martin. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the 4th down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on 4th down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and then converted a 2nd time for 6 points.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, watch it.
Load it. Wait, 89.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Finding Paris Campbell, and there's Campbell's first NFL catch. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
To 180, black 11.
You're not ready.
They run with Hines, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, Rocket.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Campbell making the catch. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there, and give him a 1st down.
1st down, Colts.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
12.
On first down, it's Hines, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and that will get them one closer. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Martin. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Double tight. Alert. 3
They run it again with Martin. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter. Do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Third down, it's Doug Martin. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. A gain of 2, just like we saw on 1st and 2nd down as well. Deuce is wild.
It's 4th down. Today's